Hello everybody and welcome to Skype Goldbridge. Manchester United have lost 2-1 at Fenerbahce. We're taking your calls, your opinions on the game. What were your thoughts, everybody? Skype name is Mark Goldbridge. We'll be taking our first call now. It's Jonathan. It's call failed. Right, we'll go Henry Gore. Henry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Mark.
Hi Henry. Give us your thoughts. The floor is yours.
Personally, I just think that we're just not good enough at the minute. I don't know whether it's down to the players or managing staff, but I think all the players are in the wrong mindset from the past few seasons, and we're just not playing like United, are we?
So you'd put the blame firmly at the players. I mean, you know, tonight we've lost it 2-1. I thought both goals were pretty good goals from Fenerbahce, but again, not really creating enough. I mean, what would you change to get United winning games?
I think we need to stick to some of the older players like Carrick
At the game, but I think he's going very quickly. I think he will have to make some signings because I think the players are at fault. But thanks for calling, Henry.
Thank you.
Cheers, pal. Get Skyping in on Mark Goldbridge on Skype. Obviously, when I've got a call, as many of you are anyway, if you could just hold back on the calls. But I want people to come on and really, you know, tell us what you're thinking. Are you happy? Where's it going wrong? I mean, there's a very good point from our live comments on the watch along. When can fans start to question Jose? I think it's too soon, but when can they? George Kyle, I'm not interested in anything like that. Updating the scoreline. We're talking about Manchester United at the moment. But Jamie Cubley, can you hear me? Or Clubley?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, mate. Floor's yours. What you got to say?
There was a sheer lack of creativity tonight, I thought. I think that was the main problem with the game. The defence was quite pathetic, but that's just loads of injuries. We've had loads of different changes to the formation and the players. Any kind of... I was thinking Carrick, Mata, Herrera, Pogba, they're probably our best creative players, but we were going to be without at least two of them come against Swansea. What do you think is going to be the midfield against Swansea? Or what would be the midfield?
I do think Pogba will miss out against Swansea because although it's only a dead leg and he'll probably be back fit for the French internationals, he won't train tomorrow and I doubt he'll probably train on Saturday, which means how does he play on Sunday? Herrera's obviously out. I don't know. I mean, I don't care what people's opinion on Rooney is. Let me just say that, you know, if you're a Rooney fan, that's fine by me. But I actually said it in the first half of the game that game was lost the minute we put Rooney at number 10. Now, the Rooney lovers will say, "Oh, well, he scored a goal at the end," and it was a decent goal. But how many chances did we create in that game? And who was the number 10 for that game? Well, Wayne Rooney was the number 10. We created absolutely nothing. I think Rooney will play on Swansea. Was my point. Would you be happy with that?
Not really. I've been a Rooney fan, but I think he just looks slow and just lost that spark they used to have 5-6 years ago, and I just think it's just not creative enough. Rooney has to play, he's going to have to play as number 9. Zlatan's not doing very much at the second, but I wouldn't even want him there at the second. So, no, not really, but I don't think we really have any other options to play at the second.
All right, Jamie, thanks for calling in, pal.
Okay, thanks.
See ya. I think Jamie's spot on, by the way. I think the defence was the worst defence I've seen at United in a long, long time. Blind was shocking, which is unlike Blind, and I thought Rojo was Marcus Rojo, really, really bad. The funny thing is, their shocking defending didn't really cost us a goal. I thought both their goals were good goals. Zoya and Feyenoord drew, so we're actually we're in third position, but only by a point. So we should still get through the group. It's not the disaster it could have been. But I don't know whether I've taken this call. Ryan, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Ryan. Yeah, we've had you on before. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. You?
Yeah, I'm all right. I mean, I'm not happy with the result. I mean, what was your thoughts?
I was watching the match and I thought
Always helps.
I thought that Rooney just didn't help at all. I just felt like we might as well have played with 10 men.
Harsh. I mean, he did score a goal at the end. Would you not? Don't you think he deserves to play on Sunday against Swansea?
No, I think if Mata was there, I think he would have scored it. And I think it would have turned Ebo around if he had scored that.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I mean, who would? So you wouldn't play? You wouldn't play Rooney on Sunday?
No, I just don't think he will help.
Who would you play as the midfield three? Because Herrera and Pogba. Well, Herrera won't play. Pogba probably won't play. Carrick.
I would play Carrick, Mata and Snyderlin.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a good. Thanks for calling in, Ryan. I'm just going.
And also quickly, what would your dream team be for Man United? Realistically, what would your dream team be? Like if we bought like players and stuff, what would it be?
I will do it, Ryan, but I can't do it on this show because I want to take as many as I can. But if you call me next week on Monday, and we'll do that.
Okay, cool.
Cheers, Ryan. Thanks for calling in. I'd totally forgotten about Schneiderlin. It's a really good point. What was Schneiderlin taken off for at half time? I thought him and Martial in the first half played really, really well. And then he gets taken off. Maybe he was thinking about Swansea at the weekend, but actually I don't think that's the case. I think he probably would have wanted to win it. But let's try AJ. Hi AJ, can you hear me? AJ?
Yeah, hello Mark.
How you doing, pal?
Yeah, I'm good.
Go on then, what you got to say?
Yeah, my comment was basically, Rooney. Basically what I'm trying to say is the performance wasn't bad. It's just that I don't think the players really give a shit. I don't think the players really give a shit about the Europa League. So I don't think we should analyze it too much.
Yeah, I can sort of see where you're coming from because I think that both Fenerbahce goals were actually quite good goals. I don't think you can blame De Gea. I don't know why people were blaming him. I thought defence was quite shocking, but I think you might be onto something there. I mean, do you want to be in the Europa League?
No, I don't really care if we win or lose because a club like Man United, the Europa League's beneath a club like Man United. So
yeah, the only thing that concerns me about it is that I think I don't care what anybody says. The Europa League, we've played 3 times in the Europa League this season, and after every Europa League, we've taken 1 point from 9 in the Premier League. It's affecting the Premier League form, and that's what's important to me. The people are only on about the Europa League now because we might not make top 4 in the league.
Just one point. Yeah, do you think that Ibrahimovic should be dropped?
Well, who would you drop him for?
I would drop him for Rashford. Put Rashford up front. Bench Ibrahimovic for a few games. Give him a kick in the back. Because right now I look at him. I think he has this attitude about him that he's bigger than the club, and no one should be bigger than the club. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense to me why we keep playing him while he's not performing.
No, I think it's a good point. I wouldn't play Rooney there. I'd play. I like Zlatan, but he wasn't very good today. He was probably worse today than he was against Burnley. But I did say in the game that Rashford is just wasted on the wing. But
exactly. He's got that. He can run in behind. Ibra just holds the ball up. He can stretch defense, so he will cause them more trouble. That's what I think. I think that's what we should do. Anyway,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, good work. Yeah, good work. Yeah.
Good points, AJ. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks. Good
Cheers,
work.
pal. Good points. Funny enough, was saying that in the first half myself that I think Rashford is wasted on the wings. He's almost playing as a fullback at some point. This is a young lad who can be one of England's best forwards ever. And he's playing up front. He's not playing up front. He's playing on the wing. You're confusing a young brain who's trying to develop in modern football as a forward, and he's being played out of position. I think there's some truth in that. Get Skyping in. Mark Goldbridge, give us your thoughts. Nobody's really let rip. No one's really had a go at Mourinho yet. If you want to come in and do that, then please do. Mad Marcus is going to come on. Mark, can you hear me?
Yes, mate, I hear you.
go on. You're going to have to speak up a little bit because you're a bit muffled, but the floor's yours. Give us your thoughts.
Right. My question to you, Mark, is: do you think, with all them players being paid that amount of money, they should at least put some effort into the way they are behaving on the pitch, even if they don't want to be in that competition?
Well, it's your call. What do you think?
Well, I think for 300 grand a week, after Rooney scores that goal and then he starts clapping, pretending to be a captain, I think that's a load of crap, to be honest.
I mean, you will get all the Rooney lovers now. He's basically given them a little bit of a kick in their step sort of thing, because Rooney scored a great goal and Rooney's back. But I don't know what you think, but I thought as the second he went to number 10, I said that game was lost, and that was halfway through the first half. We created nothing. I mean, the goal we scored was a good goal, but it was a long shot. We created absolutely nothing as soon as Rooney went into the number 10 position. And the only one chance we did create was from Anthony Martial to Rooney, and that touch was shocking.
Yeah, I just think every time he goes into the number 10 position, all the creativity goes out of the side, and it's like playing Louis van Gaal style of keep possession, and if we got possession, they don't score. Basically, that's what I think. And I mean, it goes to show when he's not in the side, the 37 shots against Burnley, 12-13 on target. I mean, I've never seen that happen under Van Gaal or under Moyes. So all this Jose out rubbish is exactly what it is, mate. Absolute rubbish. He's been in the job 10-11 games. Van Gaal had 2 seasons. Moyes had 3-4 games before the end of the season. So give the bloke a chance. Yeah, he's got a massive job to do to clear out all the rubbish that's in there, and just let him get on with it. He needs the support, not the hate.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Thanks for calling in, Mark.
Right. Cheers, mate. See you later.
Speak to you later. Good points. If you disagree with those points, if you think Mourinho is to blame, or you think fans blaming him are wrong, or you want to back Rooney, I mean, WOD 10 IRL on the live comments. Mark, aren't you being harsh on Rooney as a number 10? A playmaker needs runners, needs width. Ibra is offering nothing up front, no proper wide players. I disagree. A number 10 is the most important position in a side. They dictate the play, they create the chances. In fact, Mkhitaryan was trying to do that. He just wasn't getting the ball enough. People were ignoring him too much. I thought Mkhitaryan was a positive from the game. Kieran Coogan, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mark, I can hear you. Can you hear me there?
Yeah, perfect. Go ahead, Kieran. What's your thoughts?
I actually, if you don't mind, I didn't really want to talk about that game because I actually fully didn't expect them to win that at all.
Okay.
Whatsoever. I just wanted to say I've been a United fan for 22 years now at this stage, and it's getting a bit annoying. I'd be in the same camp as you in terms of supporting Mourinho on the job. I think he's an excellent manager, but it's almost like a Louis van Gaal hangover, if you get my meaning. It's like he's inherited these bunch of what I can only describe as average players. I mean, that defence, not even the people that were on the pitch tonight, everyone. I think actually, bar Bay, I think it might be a bit early to judge Bay, but you can see quality, you can tell it a mile off. And Bay is the only defender I would personally keep in that team. I think even a couple of weeks ago you were saying at one stage we were playing 3 left backs and a right winger in our defence. That is not good enough for any Premiership side, not to mention Manchester United. And just the other point I want to make is the defensive midfielder position as well, I think, is a disgrace at the moment, and that needs to be done in January by the looks of things, because as you said on numerous occasions, if Schneiderlin is judged not to be good enough, then fine, get rid of him. Fellaini shouldn't even be playing football, in my opinion. And to be honest, if you look back over United's history, you had the likes of Roy Keane anchoring that midfield. You need somebody who, with a hot head, might get a few red cards a season, but who cares? Like, Roy Keane gave 150% every single match, and not just Keane, like everyone that has anchored that midfield. And when you have somebody in that position, the defenders are more comfortable because they know that somebody's ahead of them who can take the ball off them, who can stop the ball coming through to them if needs be, and who can play out from the back and play into the midfield and play to the attackers. And what United have now at the moment is embarrassing. To be fair, like Schneiderlin, I don't think he's good enough. I like the guy, he puts in a solid hour once a week maybe, but Schneiderlin, as I said, I covered Fellaini already. I mean, who else is there? Herrera isn't a natural defensive mid. I know Mourinho's trying to.
I do. I think he's done well there, but it's not his position.
And
Carrick
Herrera
and Schweinsteiger, I don't understand why we're not rotating them two.
Carrick, in my opinion, then is just a shame, because if Michael Carrick was like 10 years younger, he'd be one of the best prospects in Europe. I just feel sorry for him, because the last three managers, well, not the last three, as in Mourinho, Van Gaal and Moyes, I think they all underutilised him. They didn't play him to his strengths whatsoever, and it's about 6 years of his career down the drain. And it's sad, because whenever he comes in now, he might play 60 minutes of full tilt, but that's all he can manage. What we need is, I don't know how many of the listeners are like familiar with somebody like Frank Kessie for Atalanta, and if you're not, I suggest looking him up on YouTube. But just to give you an idea, it's just a young, strong, tough, tall defensive midfielder who doesn't take shit on the pitch and puts in 150% week in, week out. We need somebody like that, and because if you're going to play 4-5-1 or a variation of that, and you're going to have one standout defensive midfielder, that defensive midfielder needs to be top notch, and I mean 40-50 million in today's market if needs be. But you can't just you don't need to be rotating defensive if you're rotating your defensive midfielder week in, week out, then there's a problem. Like Arsenal didn't rotate Patrick Vieira, Chelsea didn't rotate Claude Makelele, and he didn't get rotated when he was at Real Madrid either. There's a reason for that. Essien at Chelsea, another example. These people were rock solid week in, week out, and I think that is one of the major things that United are missing at the moment. And on Mourinho, just if I'm not taking up too much time, I just wanted to mention, as I said, I'd be in your camp, that I his quality, but like as well, I think you've mentioned it, like some of the substitutions that he makes just baffle me. It's
I'd agree with that.
I'd never ever encountered a situation in all the time that Fellaini's been at United where I feel there's a need for him to be on the pitch. I really haven't.
My only shock today was that he didn't bring him on, to be fair, but there you go. Thanks, Kieran. Bit longer than everybody else, but really, really good comments. Hopefully you'll call in again.
I will.
Cheers, pal.
Thanks, Mark.
And I do agree. The only thing that kept popping into my head is Michael Essien, and he did mention him. I think Fosu Mensah can do that job. I know he's young, but I think why are we looking around? Does Mourinho just not like to use the youth? I mean, a lot of people level that at him, but I think we are changing the defensive midfield position too much. When it's a very important position, and when you find somebody, you don't change it. But I would play him. I would give Fosu Mensah a chance, but maybe I'm in the minority there. Kieran, can you hear me?
Yeah, mate, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Floor's yours. What are you thinking, Kieran? Are you pro Jose, or is there something you want to get off your chest? Pro Rooney by any chance?
I'm all Jose. I think he's going to do well, but I think the whole team's disgrace. Watching them is there's no pride in any of the team players, none at all. And to us, I know you like Luke Shaw, but I've not seen anything in him recently. I do prefer Blind at left back.
You know what? I agree with you. Just going to interject there. I do agree with you. I said it was at one point Blind and Shaw. It was very close. I think the problem at the moment is what I've said is Luke Shaw's got to play at left back, and I want him to do well because we can't. We've got to play. I know Blind was shocking tonight, but he's got to play centre back because he's probably the best centre back choice out of what we've got at the moment. We should have bought a centre back in the summer.
I've been dying to get one for years. I don't know why we didn't go for anyone. Well, for the past 3 years, I've never rated Smalling. Sorry, but Smalling's never been a top defender in my eyes. He's the most clumsiest defender I've seen. Some of the penalties he's been given away recently in years. And then Rooney, apart from the goal, he didn't do anything. The through on goal, he's slow, he can't control the ball. I don't see he gives nothing to the team. There's no runners from midfield at all. And to be honest, if Carrick's the only option, a 35-year-old, then we're in trouble. Because we can't expect him to save Man United.
No. You know, I love Carrick, but he's on the decline. It's not his fault. It's his age. But thanks for calling in, Kieran. Good points as well.
Cheers, mate. Have a good
Cheers.
one.
Speak to you later. We are in a mess. We've got to win on Sunday at Swansea. But if there's anybody out there who has got something else to say, let's have a look. Let's see what Rodney Reed. Rodney, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, Rodney. You're live. Floor's yours, pal. What you got to say?
Listening to all the comments following the game, I would say that what we saw tonight was probably a decent display, but they seem to be bullied off the park.
Yeah. Why do you think that was?
We just seemed second to the ball in every department. Our passing wasn't crisp. We looked like at times we didn't know our own players. Rooney, as a number 10, doesn't really offer enough. And even though we did score the goal, I feel that his indecisiveness in front of goal, when he had that chance, probably cost us at least.
Rodney, still there?
Hello?
Hello, you're just breaking up a bit. Yeah, go on, carry on.
Well, I was just saying that I think Rooney's indecisiveness in front of goal cost us a point at the very least. I know he scored a good goal, but I think...
You know what? Scoring a good goal, in the 90th minute, but then missing a control... Oh, I mean, that pass from Martial was excellent. You're in one-on-one.
It was superb.
You score that. He should score that as well. It's 1-1. It's a different game. So for my personal message to any Rooney lover out there is, you know, to be honest, in the nicest possible way, do one. Because, yes, it's a good goal at the end of the game, but it's inexcusable, that chance before that, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it shows that he's limited because he went with his right foot when he should have touched it with his left and put it away.
Yeah.
I'm not a Rooney fan, but I appreciate the goal. I think the problem with our team is we've got too many number 10s. Herrera, Mkhitaryan, Mata, Rooney, possibly Fellaini, and the strikers that we do have, we've pushed them out wide as wingers.
Yeah.
We used to be a club that used to buy wingers. We used to actually have wingers to supply the chances for our strikers. It seems now that we've pushed our strikers out as wingers, and we have more number 10s than we need. I think, but I don't blame the manager. I think he's got a big job. I think that over time he will get it right. But I think on paper that team looked like it could get a result, and it just didn't.
No, I'd agree. Good points, Rodney. Thanks for calling in.
Cheers.
Cheers, pal. Yeah, it's odd, but it's repetitive. Not repetitive. That's the wrong word. It's derogatory to say that. But there's a few United fans sort of hopefully feeling the way I am. I don't blame the manager, which is weird when he's in charge of this team. But I just think the squad is riddled, absolutely riddled with bad players, and it's a massive job to try and get rid of them for one. But we shall see. Let's take another call. I'm trying to be fair and pick out who I can. Sean?
Hello?
Hi, Sean. You're live. Go ahead.
Well, we lost against Fenerbahce, which they're not doing that well in the Turkish league at the moment. But I think the Europa League is a bit down to when we play the Premier League at the weekend.
I'm very worried about Swansea at the weekend. I mean, I would be anyway, because we've only taken 1 point from 9 after every Europa League game. But Swansea are a bogey team for us. I mean, are you confident that we can go to Swansea? And we've got to get 3 points. You know, a draw is not a good result.
Yeah, I think we do need the 3 points. If I was in Mourinho's position, I'd be dropping Zlatan and putting Rashford up front.
Yeah.
Which is a bit risky, but I just feel like Rashford on the wing isn't working. He's not fulfilling his potential.
I love Rashford. I just think he's wasted out there, and I also think his final ball is just not good enough. But in fairness to him, that's not his game. He's a forward. He runs at players and he shoots. He's not. His job has never been to be creative or passing the ball. I don't think it's his game at all. But who would you play behind him at number 10?
Maybe Mkhitaryan or Mata, because Mata does get the ball rolling.
I mean, it was only a small cameo, but I don't know what you thought, but I was really impressed with Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, he seems quite quick off the mark. And he does have a good first touch, and he is very good at passing.
Yeah, very, very rarely waste it. Thanks for calling, Sean. Thanks for waiting to come on as well.
Can I also say another thing?
Yeah, go on.
I think we need a CDM. Somebody that can pass it from the midfield up to the strikers and wingers. I could say about 4 off the top of my head. Somebody like Gabby, I mean, he is a bit old, but he is experienced, and he does have Champions League experience. William Carvalho.
Yeah, Sporting.
Yeah, young, strong. Modric, he could probably play there.
I'm sure he could,
and he's got a good pass. And yeah.
All good options, and I think one of our previous callers said it as well. I think we're crying out for one. We're changing that position every week, and we need some stability there. But thanks for coming on, Sean.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers, pal. Thanks for coming on. Just very quickly, I was very impressed with Mkhitaryan. He did give the ball away a little bit, but he's just so graceful. He's like a ballet dancer, off both feet, quick movement. Why has he not been playing? Will he play against Swansea? If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would say no, he probably won't. But we have got players out for that game. But I don't know. Atul, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, Atul.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. What you got to say, pal?
Well, I'm really annoyed. First of all, there are a lot of fans going to Turkey, all the way to Turkey, paying money. The least the players can do is put some effort in and at least try and track back and work hard. I mean, first of all, you got Luke Shaw. I'm a bit concerned. I think he's got this psychological thing in his head after last season's injury, and maybe he's got it on his mind when he thinks about going forward. And I'm a bit concerned about Rashford, because I don't want us to overburn him at such a young age like Rooney. So I don't want his career to kind of diminish it in the 30s like Rooney has. So I think we need to keep him as a substitute on the bench and bring him on from there. And I'm really, really annoyed because at least, the players should be thinking to themselves, we've messed up a lot of points in the league. We haven't taken our chances. We need to go out there and put a shift in the Europa League, because that's one of the big chances we've got to get in the Champions League. But there's no effort. I mean, what are we supposed to do? Mkhitaryan, he did do well when he came on. I'm really impressed. He's got really good technical ability. And you've got Martial, who's just come on. He's going to need a bit of time. And Rooney, I know all the Rooney lovers are going to come back because he scored a very good goal, but for the whole game, his touch was off. That big chance of Martial, if he scores it, that's 30 minutes. We got some confidence. We got a lot of time, and we got a lot of time to come back in the game and make it 2-1, maybe even.
No, I'd agree with that. I'm just gonna. Thanks for calling. I think you made some really good points, and the live comments reflects that, especially about the fans. But I want to try and get a couple more in. So thanks for calling, and we'll get you on again.
Cheers.
Thanks, Atul. I'd agree with that. I think I think the thing from tonight I would take is that nobody's really come on another go about the manager, which I personally find good. But it's your channel, so if you want to do that, I wouldn't oppose it. But the players is where it stops, and also I think a lot of people have pretty much picked up on the fact that Rooney, despite his goal, didn't actually have a very good performance. Salim.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Hi, Salim. How you doing?
Yeah, I want to talk about Wayne Rooney.
Oh, good. Go on then.
I think that's Wayne Rooney's best match he ever had this season.
Okay. Well, so do you think Rooney should be back in the team now?
Not yet.
Good. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it probably was his best game of the season because he's been that bad, and it was a good goal. But I think I just don't think he offers enough for Manchester United. What about Zlatan? What do you think about him today?
Zlatan played good.
You were happy with Zlatan?
When he came off for Pogba, he created decent chances and a better game.
Okay, thanks for coming on, Salim.
Bye, Matt.
Cheers, pal. And yeah, well, Zlatan, each their own. Let's see if we can get another caller on. Mark, can you hear me?
You alright, Mark? How's it going?
I'm good, thanks. You?
I'm pissed, dude. I'm really, really pissed right now. We're gonna win the title with a left back, and a left back in our back four. What is going on? Why is Martial on the left? Why is Zlatan even still playing? Why are we putting all these circles in square holes? It makes literally no sense. I'm getting so fed up of having to look at the team saying, oh yeah, we could do this time, and then everyone just falls apart. Why is Blint a central defensive midfielder? Why is he in the back? Why have we not invested in an actual defensive midfielder? Why have we not bought any centre backs? Why have we not bought any wingers? Why are we pushing all the forwards out to the side? I don't understand it. When is Martial ever got a chance to be a striker? He's never going to become a striker because Zlatan's going to be here, and then Rashford's going to get ahead of him, and Martial's going to be wasted. Just how Mkhitaryan's being wasted right now. Just how Rashford is going to get wasted eventually because he's going to get burnt out. I don't understand what is going on. How are we expecting that we're Manchester United from, say, the early 90s, and then we were doing really well, but now we have nothing? I don't understand what is going on. Why is no one investing on anything? And why is no one kicking up a fuss? Everyone just seems like, oh, okay, it's all good. Oh, we lost that one. Next one we will do better. And then you see them on their Twitter and then on their Instagram. Yeah, we put in a good thing. It's like, no, you didn't do a good job. Why are they getting paid so much money? You should be paid on your performances, and everyone should be poor right now because no one has earned their wage right now.
And where would you put that blame then? Is it with the players? Is it with the manager? Is it a combination of both?
Oh, mate, I don't even know. I think Jose has to pick the team, but he can only pick who is playing right now. I'm sorry, but Shaw needs to go. Darmian needs to start on the left-hand side. We need to buy a new right winger, a right back. We need to buy 2 new central defenders. We need to buy another central defender. I think Blint can do that. Sneijderlin can do that. Why are all these playing who everyone knows who was good in their other league? Why are we not playing them? Why are they so bad when they come to us? What is going on?
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, we've made a lot of signings over the last 3 years, and most of them have flopped. We've got players who were good 3 years ago under Sir Alex who just don't seem to care anymore.
Exactly.
I think the enormity of the job is massive. I think the players have become lazy and lack passion. And to be honest, I liken it to a game of FIFA. If I was the manager, I'd get rid of a lot of them and start again. It takes some time, but I just think we're facing the same problems every season now, where there doesn't seem to be like you say, players are not performing to their potential. Maybe they're in a comfort zone. I do not know. I don't understand why we never signed a centre back in the summer. I really don't. I think we desperately need a centre back. But very quickly, Swansea on Sunday. If I was asking you now, do you think we'll get the 3 points? Because we need them.
That's never going to happen, dude. I would love to say that we're going to go there, we're going to ruin them, but we're not going to get anything. Our hopes are going to be up, then they're going to get dashed once again.
I must admit, that's a very much nail on the head. All week I was like thinking, we're going to be fine. And you get into a game again and you get let down. But thanks for calling in, Mark.
No worries. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Cheers, pal. Good, passionate comments, which is exactly what we want on Call Goldbridge. Just throw it out to everybody who is watching at the moment. I know there's quite a few of you watching. If you like, this is a new concept to go live straight after a game and get all you lot Skyping in. It's a new concept. If you like it, please like the video. We will be judged by how many likes this video gets. It's not got that many at the moment. This is your show. You call in, you call the shots. So if you like it, please like the video. If you don't like it, don't like it, and we'll stop doing it. That's as easy as it gets. But let me just see who else we can get hold of. Have a quick look. It's hard when there's so many calling in to actually click on the name and get someone. There we go. See if we can get Steve. Steve, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah. Hello?
Very quiet. Very quiet. Let's try Jamie. Jamie, can you hear me?
Yep, hello.
Hi, Jamie. Floor's yours. What you got to say?
I'd just like to say that Jose Mourinho is also in the wrong because he can't seem to pick a starting 11. It always seems to be a bit iffy and changes every week.
Yeah, it's not good for continuity, is it?
No, matters. Sometimes is a Cam, then a right winger next week. I just don't know what's going on.
I mean, yeah, I do agree with that, and I think this is part of the problem with the Europa League. I don't think he wants to be in it. I don't want to be in it. It's becoming more important because we're not picking up the points in the league. However, you look at what Chelsea and Liverpool are doing. They're playing one game a week. They're having all week to train. You know, they've got squads of players where they can do 11 against 11 anyway. Try different things out. But we, because of Van Gaal last year, we are having to play a league game, then we're having to travel to Turkey, then we're having a couple of days where we've got to rest, then we're having to go into another league game. And I think he's sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place where he knows he can't pick the same 11 every game, but he hasn't got enough trust in the players who were the reserve to play the likes of Memphis tonight, so he's got to play some players. And it's just like you say, it's a bit of a mix and match. I mean, personally, I'm at the point now where I'd rather we just got knocked out of the Europa League and could focus on the league. I know we're 3 points behind now, but I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, it seems that Liverpool always seems to have enough fitness after their games to be able to go and press sides. And
hello?
Hi. Right.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, we seem to be lazy and lacking confidence as well, because if we're going into these games and don't seem to be dominating the sides, then it's just not working out.
No, I'd agree. I agree. Thanks for calling in, Jamie.
Yep, cheers.
Yeah, I'm glad that was sort of come up really, because I think people are getting lost with Chelsea and Liverpool and going, oh, Chelsea's formation, oh, look, Klopp's the king. They've got a whole week off. This is why Leicester won the Premier League last year. This is why Liverpool nearly won it if it hadn't been for Slippy G. Because they've got so much time off. They've got a whole week. They're not travelling. They're training. They can hit teams with their, in Chelsea's case, they've hit on a formation that they've drilled into them through the practice. That's working for them. From Liverpool's point, they can press, and lose a lot of energy. We can't press like they do. We're playing 2 games a week. And it's a massive disadvantage. I think there's too much change going on. I think Mourinho needs to bite the bullet really and just make some tough decisions. I think he's been messing around a little bit, maybe a bit wary of the likes of Rooney and their influence and not wanting to upset people. But I think he's going to have to just do it, because otherwise his United legacy is going to be one of failure. And I think he's got to put himself and the club first and forget that these players, every single one of them virtually, have let us down at some point over the last few years. And if he clears house, he clears house. Personally, I'd be looking at the likes of Rashford, Fosu Mensah, Pogba, Herrera, and I'd be building a team around them, and I'd be bringing players in as well. And Mkhitaryan, I think, showed to me tonight that he's a top class player. His distribution of the ball, his poise on the ball, his movements, I just can't understand why I've not been playing him. I really can't. But I'm going to get off because I've got to do my match review as well, which I want to get done. But please like this video. If you like this concept, please like this video, because we will be doing it again after the Swansea game. Loads of you have called in, loads of you still are. We could be here all night, but I want to try and cap it at around half an hour. We've gone past that anyway. So if you didn't get on tonight, I'll have a note of the names and we'll get you on Sunday straight after the game. But some fantastic calls, really enjoyed it. Difficult times for United, but I think we'll get there, and I think it's great to get your opinions. It is your channel, and a real wide variety of phone calls as well. Please like the video if you like the concept. Subscribe to the United Stand if you've just stumbled upon us. Hologram in the bottom right hand corner. Daily live content. It's always about you. You've got your live comments with your commenting anyway. Superb. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will be live tomorrow at 8:30 with a preview for the Swansea game. I'm going to do my live match reaction as well. Probably do that in a few minutes, but interesting. You've given me a lot to think about. I'll summarise that in a few minutes, but thanks for watching, and if you like this concept, like I say, please do like the video. Speak to you all very soon.